Yo, yo, sup my gents, my bros, my gentle ladies, and none of the hoes. How are we doing? You guys doing all right? You guys doing snazzy on a Friday Eve? Woo! Well, I am. I for sure am. We are playing the Stanley Parable with the Ultra Deluxe Edition. This is a throwback. I don't think I played this game when it first came out, but it was definitely in my high school years, like 2015. I played this game. I think it came out in 2013, but this version is the remastered version, the Ultra Deluxe that they made 2 years later, like 2016. Do you hear them in the background? So, I already went through the settings and we are all snazzy. So we will, well, begin the game. So this is a very
This
big...
is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's me.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every
That's a pretty boring job.
every year.
That's funny. It sounds like what I do.
Considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh no.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
What?
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Right?
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
It was an
But
hour.
as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I don't want to do that though. Nope. I do not want to step out my office. I'm not breaking a parable. Is he gonna even say anything? Does that even move? I want to see it hit 6. I'm not waiting that long. What else we got over here? You know what? I will say it is pretty cool that we have the like furthest back office. It's pretty cool. Can I not jump? No! I accidentally locked myself out. So now we gotta find someone. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays,
No
mug.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yes, I can. Stop it. Who dropped this paper? Oh, Parable, you will not unpair me. Is that really how you climbed? Wow. I mean, this gentleman still has work to do. 434. Who are these people? Weird. What does that say? I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh, 436. What's that? Smile? Is that what it says? Smile. Number one dad. 4 through 5's a dad. Oh, I can tell. He leaves his stuff everywhere. Why do you have one pin by the phone, but then like 2 pencils by your computer? All right. This is literally a game built for me. Just for me to just comment on random stuff I see. To be honest. I've seen that before. Well, I mean, I guess technically because it's been so long since I played this. Huh. No. No. 424. Okay, let me up. I want to see what's on that paper. Oh, that's so old. Four, 2, 3. What does that say? Now the most have fallen. It took me forever to read that. Keep dry. Is that a wet mark on it? I love the music. Oh, okay. I can actually wait real quick. This is such a satisfying sound. It sounds like keyboard. It does. Okay, now we're good. Oh. Know your city. All right, I'm not straining myself to read that. I'm sorry, guys. Huh. I'm just checking one thing. All right. Of course, hate Monday. Which one is that? Is that the small one? What is in here? Oh, construction. Is that what it looks like? Pretty small warehouse, right? Well, I mean, maybe it's just, yeah, that looks like a small warehouse. I only say that because I work, where I work, there is a warehouse. But of course, I'm in the office, paper pusher. Love it though. Love it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Heck no.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. 445, what did you do? 1427 over here. Is he watching Lemon Experience on YouTube? Oh, snap. Let me see. 489. This is probably the coolest room. Can't even go there. Is that the lounge? This is actually a big place. Actually, 450 has a pretty fire office.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Okay.
It had really been worth the detour after all.
Yeah.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is
Stanley
beautiful.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth.
I cannot read.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Everyone closed their doors.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There's gotta be... Can I go back out? I'm just trying to go through A4. It keeps locking me. Dang it. Well. It's all simulation.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. Okay. I just had to make sure stream was okay. It looks like I disconnected for what looked to be like less than 20 seconds. That's weird. Hope it don't do it again, but looks like we're all good. No frame drops right now, so.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep. That is way too funny though. I did not obey anything that man said. It's only because the very first time I played, I did everything he said. I actually have never not.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
That's
Feeling
cool.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Meeting schedule. Weekly target admin. Marketing Mondays. Nothing on that Tuesday. Wednesday, what does that say? 451 private talk. Okay. Thursday, nothing. Friday, exclamation point, whatever. Bro. Oh, group 40X, fit 45X. We're broke Wednesdays. Financial panic meeting. Boss's inspection. X. 8 bird. Weapons. Oh, these are the times. I'm so dumb. But anyways, Thursday. Mergers. Ideas. Group 43. Pre-review of work review. Weekly review. What to do about 432. What's up with 432? Don't tell 432 about the meeting. That's weird. Wonder if they're doing the same with us. Office party. Everyone leaves at 6. Huh. Nothing crazy on that. I heard that. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Dude, that is literally tomorrow. Whatever they got going on for tomorrow. That's so easy. None of that's us. Not cost effective. Well, okay. Yo, sup, Tommy G. How you doing? Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are... Okay, I think I'm back. Goodness. Appreciate you guys sitting and waiting. Looks like I had an internet issue. Hopefully it does not pop up again, but I will make sure I'm on the lookout. So we are playing Stanley Parable. It's been a lot of years, probably like 6-7 years since I played this game. So I wanted to revisit it after they remastered it a few years ago. And that's where we're at. Checking out the remastered version. And it's pretty funny. I was just reading over here. So apparently this is, look, so tomorrow's agenda is complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next to today's agenda and reflect. That is such an easy assignment. And over here they literally have hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire them. And then someone's like, who moved my disc? They definitely got fired. Whew. All right, let's see. What do people want? Things, the stock market, somewhere here. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Everyone is unique. Me, most of all. This is the Stanley Parable. I am the parable. Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in, all right, I'm not wasting my time on these. To do, synergize core value, shift global market, parade. It's supposed to be parade, right? Because I don't know anything else that would be after that. Monetize, free to play. Get me out of here. Broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I mean, there's a few things here, though. There's like a broom. I mean, I could be a janitor. If they
There was
don't...
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
That's the most polite way of saying get out.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to go... There's red downstairs, though. So here's the thing, though, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go back upstairs. Because last time I did everything incorrect, it killed me and made me start all the way back at start. But I want to.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Bro.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
I am crazy.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
If I'm gonna be honest, Tom.
Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my gosh.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Bro, this is
At
wild.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
What's that?
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Oh, okay.
He yelled.
I
This
thought
is
we were in
all
the
a
Matrix.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
Oh
I
my
suppose
gosh.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
Oh, I'm still
he imagined
lucid.
himself
What?
flying, and began to gently float above the ground.
Huh?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh my
And it
gosh, what's
soon
happening?
appeared It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
What the miss?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Okay, yeah, it definitely does sound like he's on drugs.
And wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Oh my gosh.
Stanley
Tom,
is as
help me.
awake right
Tom.
now as he's ever been in his life.
Oh my, the doors keep closing.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Exactly.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Exactly, so let me open this door.
He closed his eyes gently,
Okay.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the
Okay.
press of the mattress on his back,
Huh?
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Am I taking a nap?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
What?
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Dude,
Everything will be fine.
that's creepy. That turned so creepy.
I am okay.
You're not. I'm not okay. I'm not. So, Tom.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What is this? Oh my word.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
So my name's no longer Stanley.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Okay.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my
But on this
gosh.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Bro, we're
The
so
very
mental in this game.
important people whose
This is
impressions
going
of her would
wild.
affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
The rest
She
of
had
her
no time for
life.
this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Great. So it starts me over. Yep. It started me over because if you choose the wrong stuff, I guess it starts you over. All right. Well, since we're back, sup, Tom? So just a small rundown. This is, of course, the Stanley Parable. It was made in 2013 by the people that made Gary's Mod, you know, Left 4 Dead, all that stuff. It's pretty much their joke on a walking sim that's supposed to be funny. There's hidden jokes everywhere. And as you can already tell, it's a crazy game. And they remastered it not too long ago. This is the remastered version with more content. So, I guess we'll go back out there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Who's
decided to go to the
432?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No way. All right, so his computer was here, 432. His computer was here. But when we went to the room with the dry erase board, there was some drama about 432. Now his computer's gone? Huh. Interesting. Can you not close that? Okay. See, this is the room I'm trying to get to.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Awaiting input. Input receipt. I just pressed it. Oh my gosh. Is that like a little Easter egg? Because that wasn't there before. Because I went around looking at everything. Screen sir. Oh, I just clicked that. Is there like a procedure I'm supposed to be clicking these? Oh, I think I messed it up. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. Yeah, something's going on, bro. Yeah, we hate Mondays. I don't know if I remember seeing that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So the very first time I went through this would be the 3rd time I see these doors, but the very first time I went right and I kept making nothing but wrong decisions, and he ended up killing me and started me over. Well, and you've seen what happened the last time. We were going fine until I decided to do one thing that he said not to do. So really, I guess we were supposed to follow him. This was not like that before, bro. This was literally, you can see in an office, not a holy looking room. What the mess? All right, so
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
what is this? We need blank reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. Interesting. All right, anyways, the thing about 432 I was talking about earlier, where is it? It's right here. Or it says it's right underneath ideas and whatever the mess. It says what to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about me meeting. And then you know, when we go back to 432, his whole computer's gone. That's wild. Appreciation minute. Oh, I didn't even get to read it. I didn't even get a minute to read about the appreciation. Is there anything new in here?
Oh no, not. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please
Giggity.
take your time.
All right, because we went downstairs. That's the decision we did wrong.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, we will walk upstairs. Is that just into oblivion? Not it banging back at me. What the mess? Tom, we're gonna figure this out, bro. You think I'm gonna pass up on the executive bathroom? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Extreme bathrooms. Can I read what it says? No. I cannot pick up the toilet. What does this mean though? I feel like that means something. That's cool. This is a very cool place though. Oh, that is where, okay. Oh, and by the way, all the like text you see, if it's visible, it's probably visible for a reason. Unless it's like small stuff. Okay. I really can't read that, to be honest with you. Look, it's going to say something about me not going in there, which I'm obviously supposed to do. And instead I'm going in this room. Watch. Oh, I guess he didn't. Indoors monthly. Yeah, bro, that writing really got me thinking, bro. That's food for thought. There's an elevator in here? I can choose to go up? Oh, we're so about to die, Tom. This is so not the right way to go, but we're doing it. I'm on board for it. Take me up. Beam me up, Scotty. Ooh, yeah. Stanley. To be honest, this is worth it in and of itself. Just the music. Dun, dun, dun. Bro, this is a banger though. And they're even like singing Stanley. Oh, it was gonna keep going until I pressed it. Oh, did I just come back? Dude, was that there before? Probably. I don't remember looking back like that. It could have been. All right, let's try down. I just want to see if there's any difference. Psych, I just wanted to listen to music. Hey, I love that Stanley, bro. Yeah, this game definitely trips you out, but that was the whole purpose behind it. They just wanted to make their whole original purpose was just to make an entertaining walking simulator. And they did. Like, that was their original purpose. And it was funny, I think right after Left 4 Dead 2, Valve ended up making this game. Pretty interesting. But this, of course, is the remastered version. I think they dropped in either 2016 or 2020. I don't remember.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This is cool.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. Pfft, bruh.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
He's so losing patience with me, bro. The narrator, man. Can I get a sip?
2845.
Oh my god. Okay, my G. I got you.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input
what
the
the
correct
mess?
code by sheer luck.
Uh-oh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passage.
Nah, bro, this is where I get kidnapped. Hello? Anyone there? Can I have a flashlight? No. I so clicked the top one. Yeah, I don't like this elevator, Tom, bro. This thing does not have the good music.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I physically jumped, my guy. I'm not gonna lie. I play way too many horror games. This already felt like a horror game, but I know it's not. This is not supposed to be a horror game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That would explain everything.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What does that mean? Nuh-uh.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
He knows me too well. I ain't doing that. How are we gonna die?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm alive. Ah!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
my
he reflected that his life
guys,
had been of no consequence whatsoever.
guys.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Can I jump?
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Huh?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
There's a narrator for the narrator? What the world? Dude, this is so new. I don't remember this ever happening.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death
This is beautiful.
becomes meaningless.
Ooh,
making
my
life
eyes
the
need to
same.
adjust. That got
Do you
real
see
bright.
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Dude, did they really just map out? Oh my word. The pacing of this opening section, the corridor has been moved to alter to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. They literally saw every single move I made and changed things around accordingly. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game to the path of Stanley's office to the two door. That's so cool. Because yeah, that's the starting office. That's 432 who lost their computer. Yeah, I like that one. That's my favorite button. Oh, so these are just the normal computers, but the other ones that have stuff on them, they mean something. Oh, it already gave me credits. Oh, so if I die that quick, that's like already the end of the game. Interesting. How do I restart? Don't go away from me. Come back. Oh. What if I stand over here though? Monitor room. All right. Is this an exit? I'm just gonna check right here and then I'm gonna go because I don't want it to be boring. Okay. And that's 432's desk. 431. What is this? Wow, so this was literally a still image apparently that this William sent to one of the people as like a mock-up, and then they turned this photo into a game, if I'm reading that right. Yeah, because he was hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed to basically. Oh, that's cool. Shout out to William, bro. He made dreams happen.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Oh, yeah.
No, perhaps not.
What?
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I've seen it. Oh, no.
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other.
Is that really the way you have to do that? Dude, that is crazy.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor.
Right, Tom, hit the switch.
What buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Oh,
Shocked,
yeah.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. We're going to do it the right way this time, I think.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
There's a
Perhaps he had
computer back
simply
there, by the
missed
way,
a
with
memo.
432. Close. I guess it's not going to close. Gotta hit this door.
Stanley went
There we go.
around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
See, the
Nor
input's not
did it
on there
advance
anymore.
The story in any way.
Oh, it's on this one. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Try not to cut the narrator off. I know he will get sassy. I like how some doors don't even have numbers.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
For
wave
not getting
of
fired,
disbelief,
talk less,
Stanley
do
decided to go
unbelievably
up to
amazing
his
work all the
boss's
time, every
office,
day.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Look, he knew I kept trying from the other gates.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oof. By the way, I just read your message, Tom. What's the right way? I guess it's just follow what the narrator says, to be honest. I guess that's the only right way. Unless the narrator for the narrator says otherwise. So we just follow the narrator. We gotta read that message again though. Oh, it changed. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crispy. Oh, it's just crisp. Money crisp. Thought I said crispy. So we just follow this man. Let me type on things. Why do they have 2 phones? I got 2 phones. All right, let's go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on
There's
the
a
boss's
camera.
desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
At least they got installation. I forgot I already checked there. All right, into the creepy elevator we go. So now this time we go, we just do not choose escape. That always scares me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I will say that's a very impulsive thing for me to do. I really want to do it now. Intrusive thoughts are almost taking over. Just close the doors. Thank you.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh my
What
word.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Is this what VR looked like before we had the VR helmets? Just a room with screens everywhere. Why do I want to jump? That's just my intrusive thoughts. Is there an opening I can jump? No. Okay. Camera? Oh, there was a camera in that gentleman's office. Is that even a screen? Why are these just boxes? Let's find out.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
Wait, 432.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Right there, that's
Stanley's
ours.
co-workers.
Oh wait, no,
The
we're
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
432,
screen.
431, 430.
Eternally
That's ours.
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We're 427, right? We're over there. Wait, what are we supposed to be doing? Are we looking for someone with the messed up? Oh, someone got fired. What are we supposed to be doing again? I didn't hear what he said. What did he say? Or I guess I did hear. I just don't understand. Can I turn it? Oh, I guess I just go this way. Duh. Yeah, Lemon was slow on that one. Is that the actual exit?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright, I'm just gonna do a conspiracy. The current narrator is like a manager, and then the narrator point 2 seems like they would be the person that owns this mind control facility, because literally I feel like that's all this game is. But anyways, beam me up, Scotty.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Couldn't.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
This isn't the
Wasn't it?
Matrix.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, this looked creepy.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, hold on. I'm just saying, if I was in his position, I wouldn't dismantle everything once and for all, right? Because what if that kills me? Like, kills everyone. I want to press the big red button. It does nothing. Wait, you know, like, I feel like they would have some kind of, like, safety net. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's such a fun thing to press. Awaiting input. Let's go put something in.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years ago and you tried to take control of the machine for yourself, is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
I'm trying to help it.
You don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh no.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
No.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
No,
what
it's
a
not.
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what
do we
precious
do?
moments each one of them is. More time to
I really
talk
don't
about
know.
you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Wait, there was a 4 button.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yes.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Be safe, Tom.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
That's for sure. So that's 5.
Dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
So 3,
Is it
4,
that you
then
have
5.
no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Because
that
it's
this video
true.
game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh my gosh.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
I'm not.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Tragedy.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Ooh.
Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever.
Sheesh. Okay. All right. Time to do
All
everything
this
the way we're
coworkers
supposed
were
to.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul. And Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Wow. I was going so fast, it's literally making me slow down.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Whee!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
No,
Did
it's
he
one
have the
screen per
strength
game.
to
I get
find
to
out?
choose my game.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yep, he sure did.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won!
Woo!
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Okay.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
There we go, Stan. Stan the man. Oh, is that it? All right, speed
All
run.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
If nothing happens
Yet
and we
there was
beat
not
it,
a single person
then
here
that will probably
either.
be it for the stream,
Feeling
gents.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by blah blah blah. Dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Woo! Okay, so he really did change up whenever you full on do it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I'm just trying to speed run it.
What secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Yeah.
Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I love the voice actor for this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that...
Woo! Please tell me it's a different ending if I speed run it. I'm hoping so.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Okay.
Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Woo! Psych, except they bring us all the way back. So, I only have one more thing I want to do before I'm going to end the stream. No. This is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, they are really trying to let me speed
Stanley came to a
run.
set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
He doesn't even. So that's cool. It still does change a little bit. So it literally does help people that are speedrunners.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
This was the second opportunity. Trigger that audio cue and go on through, like to exit, and see how it plays out in the end.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yep. I'm just gonna see if their audio cues are any different.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange machine hold? But as the sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
I did not have my mic muted. Sorry about that.
Even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
It's definitely mind control reset, though. Or it means he just died. What happens on this? Oh, okay. I don't think there's anything different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Alrighty, gents. that was pretty fun. We did end up pretty much speed running it. Yeah, that was pretty quick. It literally kept locking us out. That was pretty funny. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely did. It's definitely good to revisit the Stanley Parable. It's been a lot of years, and if I'm gonna be honest, I will replay this again in another half decade or so, because this game is so fun, and when you kind of forget about some of the little details, it kind of makes up for it in the long run. For sure, for sure. But anyways, I hope you guys had a great one, and I hope you guys stay snazzy for the rest of the night. I won't be streaming again until Saturday, and it will definitely be SCP-5K, GTFO, and then Sunday I'll be doing Destiny 2 for the most part of the day. I think I'll have another stream later, but I'm not too sure what that'll be. I don't know if that'll be ready or not. I don't know exactly what that'll be, but we'll have to see. But anyways, I hope you guys have a snazzy one, and I hope you guys keep it safe. Peace. I have to see. But anyways, I hope you guys have a snazzy one, and I hope you guys keep it safe. Peace. I have to see. But anyways, I hope you guys have a snazzy one, and I hope you guys keep it safe. Peace.